morning, everybody. It is a Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and we are here despite there being a church sale, but I don't
Is
think it.
there?
Yeah, I did. I
Where?
sent it to you.
I didn't look at your message.
It's in Gilbert. It would be about a 45-minute drive.
We should have been there.
Well,
What are you doing?
I didn't see it until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, could have woke us up.
Yeah, I didn't
Morning,
want to.
everybody.
I didn't. If I would have seen something worth going to, I would have woke you up for it. But
Okay.
I didn't
A
see
church
anything
sale
that.
sounds like something worth going to.
No, I didn't. I didn't see anything that stood out for me, so I passed. But we have 8 items today. We want to talk about a stop that we made yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a stop that I think you've been, but I haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
And boy, things have changed. And with that being said, my name is Aaron.
I'm Amber.
And we are full-time resellers.
Yes.
And one of the locations that we typically source at was thrift stores. It has become a smaller and smaller portion of our sourcing at this point, just because the prices have continued to go up.
Not only that, like you do go every day to a thrift store, but it's only because it's close by. We're not making random trips anymore.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's the aspect of it. I am going every day, but it's because I could almost walk to the store that's close by to me.
Yeah.
The store that we're traveling to was out of the way, but we were in the area because we had to make a stop at our church. And so it just made sense for us to let's go ahead and stop by there. And so the prices, since we haven't been there in a while, the prices have just ballooned.
Yeah.
To
Good morning,
like,
Josh.
so our local, this Goodwill would be $1 for records. They are now individually pricing them at $4 each.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, $4 each. So they 4x'd it on the records. It's almost like if something is getting purchased a lot, they're like, okay, well that's something that we have to start increasing the price of. You saw some Ariat boots, and what did they have it on?
They had it 60 on the regular shelving. So usually if they overprice something, it's in a special area. This was not. This was in the regular shoe area. Ariat boots for $69.99.
Yeah.
Used.
$70 used boots. And so it's not just that. It's a lot of other things that I kept seeing. Blu-rays, $4. And it's like, okay.
One set of a season of a series.
Big Bang Theory.
$6.
Big Bang Theory, $6 for a TV set, which again, you can get it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like online. You can buy these things cheaper. I just don't understand.
They had a Breville espresso pod coffee maker for $50.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is the thing that I'm kind of trying to grapple with. So one of the things in like markets and stock markets and stuff is called pricing power, or PP for short. With PP, yeah, you got it. With pricing power, okay, a company can increase their prices. In theory, this is the whole process. They can increase their prices, but they don't have competition. So if somebody wants that item, they have to go there to purchase the item. And right now, it's looking like Goodwill has a lot of pricing power in the market, because regardless of what they're pricing things at, I saw someone buy some like silly Christmas nonsense record for $4. So like that's going to just reiterate the fact that they can continue to charge this price.
They're going to keep raising the price.
And it's only going to go up unless people stop going to these places and stop paying these prices.
We were there 30, 45 minutes in the store, and someone bought the Ariat boots.
Yeah.
For $70.
And it's like, what are we doing?
So they're just, I mean, that's why they can do it. Because people are still paying for it. So why not?
So until people stop going, because this place was packed, and this was like before noon on a Wednesday, so why are there this many people here anyway? But if people don't stop going there, and then if people don't stop buying these things, they're not going to lower the prices and make adjustments, and they'll continue to raise them. I think one of the I want to say, is it Celsius that came out with like the sugar-free energy drink?
Probably.
They were one of the companies that had a tremendous amount of pricing power because they were the only one that were serving that particular drink up to about a year ago. And then they got competition, and then they had to start reducing their prices because they had competition. So they lost all their pricing power, and as a result, their stock has completely plummeted because they no longer have the corner on the market. I'm using that as an example to say, like, pricing power is super strong.
So you're saying we need to open a thrift store?
Well, the
With
problem is
competitive pricing.
the problem is
Hey,
like
Daisy, good morning.
I don't
I'm
know.
kidding. We are not doing that.
Yeah. The problem is too is like a lot of the other like
Thrift stores.
I don't feel like they're getting enough good inventory.
Well, I don't think they churn it.
And they
like
don't
enough.
churn. Yes, correct. They don't
Yeah.
have
They
a
don't have the
system.
foot traffic either.
They don't have a system set up.
Yeah. Like the
And
colors.
so I don't know. It's just
It just solidifies the fact that we have to go to church sales and garage sales, which is why I'm confused on why we weren't there this morning.
okay. Well, I will.
Noted.
Yes, I will do that in the future. We have a couple sales coming up, so
Yeah,
we'll talk about
this
that at the
weekend,
end. But
yeah.
we'll jump through our sales. We got 8 items going out, and the first sale going out is an old Magnavox flip clock. These can work. If they work, they can go for good money.
Yeah.
Every time we've ever gotten one,
They
the
don't
flip
work.
part doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, we're batting 0. Like, we haven't gotten a flip
Yeah,
one to
you're right.
actually work. So I listed this for parts repair,
Okay.
and somebody bought it $30 plus shipping
still
on that
good.
one going international.
Yes.
I think if that one worked, it would have been like $100.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Josh said, I feel like they have raised their prices to match online marketplace. The difference is they don't clean, test, and process the goods the way we do, but I get why they're doing it.
100%.
Yeah.
And it comes back to, in this situation, they also can't reach the market that we can reach because we're selling online. We can reach everybody, where they're just fixated on their local market, which is probably why my local Goodwill is not raised their prices up anywhere close to what this one is, because this one's like 20 miles away, but then the prices feel like you're paying twice as much, if not more, in a lot of the cases. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre. This one has had a lot of interest, and we finally got it to sell.
This is like one of those old school rompers for a baby.
Yeah, for Christmas
Yeah.
theme, $12 plus shipping, sold via promoted listing.
I got this at an estate sale with a bunch of other boutique style children's clothes. When I got them home, I realized a lot of them were stained or damaged. So I think I only was able to keep like 2 of them. Because it was in like a dry cleaning bag. It tricked me. And I was like, oh, dang, these are going to be great. No.
Nope.
I was wrong.
Wrong.
Very wrong.
All right.
Biggest sale of the day?
I think so.
Yes.
So this one's a pretty unique one. Apparently the person that owned this said that they were a welder.
Yeah.
And they got the size wrong when they gave her welding jacket. So they said, well, just keep it. We'll get you another one.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what am I going to do with
Yeah.
it? So she threw it at her garage sale, and we bought it for $10.
$10.
And it sold for $130 plus shipping.
Yeah. So that's great.
And it's like oil.
Well, I don't know what it is, but I don't want
don't
it
know.
touching anything else. It did come in this sturdy bag, so I'm putting it right back in there.
Yep.
Okay. This or
Yeah,
this?
we can do that first.
This? Okay.
So you can
So
get
I
that up.
just listed this, I think yesterday. This is a 2 days ago. Vera Bradley purse.
And it sold for $15.
We
plus
just thought it was
shipping.
really interesting, this like velvety kind of feeling purse.
Yeah.
We probably
honestly,
paid too much for it.
Well, no, it's that.
Didn't you get this one?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I think that came from a church sale. I don't think we paid that much for it.
Okay.
So 15 plus shipping, sold via promoted listing.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? You said honestly. And then
I
you
thought
said-
it was just, it looked really nice. And when I
Yeah.
saw it sold for just 15, I was kind of like, was that underpriced? I don't know.
I don't know, but I just want things moving. So
I don't hate it. Xbox One. So we bought this at a garage sale. They said there was an issue with it,
Yeah.
and they were like, $5 is fine.
Sure.
But honestly, I feel like as much time as I spent on it,
Yeah.
$5 was probably not worth it to sell it for 35, because I
Yeah.
probably spent a couple hours trying to get it because I had a connectivity issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't even able to fully test it. Sold it as parts, and then made sure to let them know that I'm not the original owner.
Mm-hmm.
The issue I was having was I couldn't get it to go online.
Right.
So there's some sort of issue with it. And I even took pictures of the issue on the screen
On the TV. Yeah.
on the TV. So like they literally have everything. So hopefully they know how to fix it and get it back up and running. I am not capable
No,
of doing
Not
it.
taking apart any more systems. That
No.
never works out for us.
I've been able to make it work once,
That's not good odds.
just enough to give me like hope that I can
Shut
do
it
it.
back down because then it never happened again.
I prefer sales like this where I paid 50 cents for Frog and Toad Together
There you go.
VHS, this little kids
Yeah.
VHS, and it sold for $14.95 plus shipping.
We'll take it. We like those. Most likely not to come back.
This one was a recent bargain hunt little pickup. We bought a bunch of ornaments. $19 plus shipping for the Hobbit Lord of the Rings ornament. Paid probably like $5 to $6, so
Yeah.
we're probably gonna make what, like $10 on it.
Mm-hmm.
All said and done. Next up, we have these youth indoor soccer shoes, and another purchase probably shouldn't have made, but here we are.
Man, we're getting good at this.
$14.95 plus shipping on that
We're
one.
showing you all the things to not buy.
So that's all the sales for the day. So ideally, like the only thing that we really sold that was a good
welding
buy was the
jacket.
welding jacket.
Yeah.
I would say also the flip clock's not bad considering like there was the upside
Right. Yeah.
of if it
could've.
worked, it would have sold for a lot more. So as far as this weekend, we have a little town sale that we're going to be going to on Friday. So we're pretty excited about that. And it's not far from us. So it'll be like...
It's like a highway sale, but it's very small.
Like we might
It's a
end up hitting...
one-town store.
We might hit like 6 sales.
And honestly, with the hurricane coming, we were like, I doubt they're going to have it.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple people that have put out their information.
So hopefully that goes well.
Yes.
Hopefully this weekend is well. I've seen some community sales, but not a lot. So I'm not super optimistic.
Might have to look further away.
Yeah, I haven't looked like far away yet, but we've been having to do a lot of traveling on Saturday as of late. Now.
But it makes up because we don't travel during the week usually.
Correct.
Except for Mondays. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is the plan.
You always
got
to be flexible.
As far as today, going to the thrift store as usual. This morning, you'll be packing.
Yep.
And then I still have items to list. Like usually when I get to Thursday, I'm like front porch sitting on my rocker because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But I still have some items that I can work on to get listed. So
yeah.
I don't want to list some of the stuff in my death pile just to keep some for when we just have a completely busto weekend, which is probably coming up at some point now. But for the time being, we'll be just fine.
Okay, and Josh said indoor yard sale with over 60 vendors on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's in
nice.
Bama.
Yeah.
Right.
At the agricultural center in our county. Oh, that'll be great. Are you going to be busting out the doors?
So are you selling, buying, or doing both?
Yeah.
Are you going to be the vendor that's going to try to get first dibs and pick up all the good stuff?
That's been one of our ideas. There's a little, what is it, a recreational center that will do it kind of like 4 times a year, something like that.
Yeah.
And the past few times we've had trouble like getting in because they have like strict no shopping till 7 or whatever. And we're like, maybe we should just set up a table and put a few things out and then like roam around and shop ahead of time.
I think the funny thing is I like to think that there's people that are in those. If somebody is doing that, they get a table, they'll buy it from somebody that's selling it for super cheap, and then just be like, take it over to their table and sit it on their table and try to double it, make an extra like $10.
Look what you could have made on this. He said buying only. That's the best way.
That's kind of a clever way of making people come to you.
Yeah.
As opposed to going to them. Like that's one of my like pet peeves is now that I'm seeing what these companies are bringing in terms of like who donated to Goodwill those Ariat boots.
Someone I didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Just blows my mind. I want to meet this person before they donate it.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
That's the thing. I want to be the person.
It's our fault. It's not Goodwill's fault. They've done a good job of marketing. We have not.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, so I kind of think this is kind of what we're saying is like you want to educate people like you are reselling as an individual, like you want to resell and like let other people know and so that you get stuff that might come your way. Like we get boxes, which is super helpful from our neighbors and stuff like that. But then there has been instances where like people find out that we resell, they resell as well, and then they want us to resell their non-resellable goods, and it's like we don't have a magic sprinkle dust to sell.
Yeah, things you can't sell.
You can't, and it's also like not items that we want to sell, which I think
Yeah.
plays a large role in it. Like we want to only sell. So like we'll say like even on our business card, we'll
Mm-hmm.
say like these are the items that we like to
Right.
in the majority of the categories, and that's probably ends up being what like 80 to 90% of what we
Mm-hmm.
actually sell. But there is other items where we'll dabble our toe and have different items that we might purchase.
But you just never know. You can't
Yeah,
really rule anything out because if this is like continuing the way of the market, then we will have to be more flexible of what we're selling and all that.
yeah.
Branching
Well,
out to things we don't necessarily love, but that we have access to and can sell.
there have been times where we've seen something that was like, okay, we can make money on
Right.
that, but we're choosing not to
But
because
that's
it's
only because we're doing okay with what we're doing now.
correct.
Now that could change.
That could change, and you just need to know like that's where you're kind of flexible in
Yeah.
knowing where you're at. What kind do you have inventory? Do you need inventory?
Almost need to like start looking at sales and seeing what's there all the time. And maybe there's a market in that we haven't even
What do you mean?
like if we see a lot of dressers and tables and chairs, like maybe if that is what's available to us, we may have to like think about it more in the future. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you may have to.
No, so I think you got to draw the line at some point of like what types of items and sizes that you're willing to purchase
I
to
know,
flip.
but
But
if that's what is eventually only available, then that's what we have to do
I mean,
to
yeah,
make it
I
work.
mean for sure. But like that's in like apocalyptic times where that's all you
And
have
what are we
access
living
to.
in now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, and
I
we're
am
not going
thankful
there.
that the hurricane looks like the eye broke up once it hit land, like fast. So hopefully the damage is less than it could have been,
Yeah,
and hopefully everybody got to
I'm
see
already
things.
selling shoes, by the way, which I feel like is enough, and
Oh,
we don't need to go add other categories that I don't want to
we do
sell.
see shoes all the time. Yeah.
And so we are definitely dabbling in the every time, all the time. And then there's times where you're at, well, I see shoes,
I know,
and so then you
and
go,
it may mean too like I have to pick up more clothes than I typically want to.
oh, here we go, finally.
No, I'm
That
not.
finger
I take it
is
back.
pointing back to
Rewind. I'm
you.
deleting that.
It happened.
Too bad it's live. But
Um,
yeah, you just gotta be flexible.
yes, yes, I do think you have to be flexible, and it does sound like
You
you,
should do that.
I think Josh will appreciate this because he's a click clacker.
What is
You know
that?
that I was like I never want to be a click clacker at
What does that
a
mean?
thrift store. Click,
Oh, with the
clack,
clothes,
click,
yeah.
clack. You see the people that are just going through clothes, and I'm like, I do not want to be that
I
person.
do that on jeans.
Okay,
Usually, I look at the color and
yeah,
yep,
click,
happens.
clack. I don't want to be a click.
There was somebody
clacker.
that bought tons of jackets yesterday at the thrift store, like 30 jackets and blankets. I almost wanted to ask her, are these going for the hurricane victims? But I didn't want to be like, oh no, it's your personal use? Okay.
Oh, you're reselling them? Okay.
Yeah, so, anyways.
Yeah, scan for stitching on the jeans. Yeah, one of the tricks that we'll do
Yes.
is like with the Goodwill, for example, we'll figure out what's the new color,
Yeah.
and then that way we don't look through a lot of the old stuff. And if you frequent that store all the time, you just go through
That new color of
the
the
new
week.
color or maybe the new to us colors.
Right.
So if you know what the color that was before the week, that way you're not going through.
That has actually sped up our sourcing by a lot.
Yes, tremendously.
Yeah.
But again, that's only if you frequent the store.
Right.
If you don't go there often, you're just gonna have to
gotta look
click
through it
clack.
all.
You just got to click clack. But I think that's it. Anything
Yep.
else you want to add?
Nope. So hopefully we have good purchases this weekend and can update you on Monday.
Yep. And one thing to tie in loose ends. One of the things that we were talking about earlier was trying to list to get through
Right.
like the slump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could say that was successful this week.
No, I wouldn't say so.
I
We had
would
one
say-
good day.
We had one good day. We
10.
we had okay days.
Yeah.
But-
And we've had like one good sale a day.
Yeah.
And then the rest are like, not so much.
Yeah. So I feel like if we don't get to see like if I don't get like a good number like today or tomorrow, I might be putting a sale on my store just to see
Okay.
if I can get stuff
Yeah.
spurned up and moving inside the store. But
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll report back on Monday and see how
How
things went.
weekend goes, yeah.
So, with
All right.
that being said, I hope everybody out there has a great
Yes,
weekend. If
stay
you're out there
safe.
selling, hopefully you have a great weekend as well there.